Hey everyone, welcome back. My name's dustinkreis, and it's been a little while since I've done one of these videos. Just kind of letting things build, and I have some things coming, but big whoop, I'll just add them on to the next video whenever I do that. But I want to get this stuff shown off and then put away because this little corner over here of the room that I record in is getting kind of full, and I think it's just time to do it. So probably in the midst of doing this video, I'm probably going to get interrupted by a chirp at the door from the post office, but I guess we'll see what happens. Anyway, I've been kind of putting off these pickups videos because really I haven't been picking up all that much anymore. Especially on the game front. I've been trying to focus more on playing my games, and that's really because I don't really have a lot of time anymore. Since going back to work, things have just been absolutely crazy. I don't have time to play, and then when I do have time to play, I'm just so, like, I don't know, I just want to come home and veg and zombie out. So yeah, it's been kind of rough gaming wise here lately, and I kind of took some time off YouTube and a little bit away from posting on the AGP page, and even just kind of staying out of the AGP chat, just kind of letting my batteries recharge and sort of putting the energy that I needed to just continue to walk upright. But I've picked up enough stuff here that I think I can finally do a pickups video with that has some sense of some meat to it, because some of them are getting a little light, and just doing them month after month just to do them seems a little silly. But anyway, picked up a lot of stuff here, and let me get things organized a little bit. We'll start off as we always do with the games, so that way if you guys don't want to see the rest of the stuff, you can just click off. And picked up quite a few stuff. Actually, I should say this beforehand. This is not all the stuff, because Danny, Devil May Pie, just sent me a fantastic Secret Santa gift. And if you want to see that, there's a video immediately preceding this one on my my channel of me unboxing it and just seeing all the crazy stuff that Danny got me. And I don't want to put that in here because that'll just make this video too big, and I've already done that. So if you want to check out that stuff, because it was an absolutely amazing package, and yeah, if you want to check it out, go check out the other video. But for the month of November and December, this is what I picked up. I picked up one digital game on my iPhone, and that just came out today. That's Dragon Quest III. I really like these iPhone ports, as much as I hate to say that because it's iPhone, and you want things on like a handheld console like the Vita or on the 3DS or something like that. These iOS ports are really good of the original trilogy. I haven't started Dragon Quest III yet because I want to give it its own time, because I'm currently playing this game right here, Tales of Hearts R. And I actually am really digging this one. It has a very old school, kind of reminds me a lot of Tales of Eternia, that old school feel, which it should, because it started off as a DS game, and then they sort of went back and updated it for the Vita, changed the graphics around, things like that. But it does feel like a more old school Tales game, as opposed to like Exilia. It does not feel as silky smooth as Exilia. And there's a world map to explore, which, in this day and age in RPGs, it's just a crazy thing to actually have a world map to explore, and it makes the game feel a lot bigger. I mean, when you get into the dungeons don't take a long time. The towns don't really take a long time to deal with. It feels like it's going to be a shorter game, but I don't know. I haven't looked up a time frame. But being a big Tales fan, I could not let this one pass, so definitely had to pick this one up. Picked this up because of that old bastard Return to Mother Base, Gundam Breaker. And we all somehow got back on the Gundam kick. I think it was Dynasty Warriors Gundam that just kind of, reawoke us all to Gundam. And I got back into making the models. And basically what this game is, it's a third-person action game where you build your own Gundam, and basically you're fighting the model kits. The Gundams come in several different grades, just like in real life with the model kits. And sometimes you'll be out there with a wee little high grade, and you'll have to fight a massive, massive perfect grade. It's a very interesting idea for a Gundam game. I think the second one is coming out here soon. I don't know if I like it as much as... I'm definitely not as addicted to it as much as Dynasty Warriors Gundam 3. But, you know, it's a very interesting way to do the property, and for someone to think, hey, why don't we have a game where you play as the model kits and you can mix and match parts, and you could have, like, you know, the Wing Zero Gundam with a Zaku head. You know, you can do crazy shit like that in this game, and I can see where this would get really addictive for people who like the loot style games, because you're fighting for new pieces, and then you go back to the hangar and you can swap out pieces on your GM model, or your gem, I guess is how they say it. But yeah, it's a really fun game, but it's not drawing me in as much as, you know, Dynasty Warriors Gundam 3, and that might be because of the language barrier. I can't get into the storyline of what storyline there's there in the menus. When you first start playing, you have to kind of figure out what button does what, and there's a I can't remember where the chart is, but there is a chart out there that Alex sent me that shows you like all the menu options and things like that. So you can get through the game a lot easier. But definitely check it out if you're into importing Vita titles. And I think this is, I mean, Mike sent me Touch My Katamari from Europe. But this is, yeah, this is my first import title for the Vita. So that's kind of an exciting thing. I need to do it more because, you know, no region locking. I really need to look into that more. For the Wii U, I picked up Bayonetta 2 and started playing this, and then got sidetracked with other things. Started playing the first Bayonetta, because I've never played the first Bayonetta, and I actually really enjoy it. It's a very... I was expecting, I guess, more of a Devil May Cry style game, but it's weird how it's very action-heavy, but it also like takes the time to allow you to explore and get like a feel for the world that the game's presenting. I think this is like one of the biggest deals of the year, because especially if you haven't played Bayonetta 1, you get both games, which I think Bayonetta 1, is it in Smash Brothers? Yeah, it's in Smash Brothers. Spoilers. You get Bayonetta 1 and Bayonetta 2 on their own discs, and that's just, you know, it's not a digital code or anything. You actually get 2 discs, and really happy with this purchase, really enjoying this game. I did trade in my PS3 copy of Bayonetta that I never got around to playing. So, like I said, I picked up Smash Brothers for the Wii U, and you know, I'm sort of an amateur when it comes to Smash Brothers. I'm not a big professional like a lot of people out there that really get into it and really know, you know, all the frames and things like that. I just like to play it and, you know, have a good time with my friends. But I'm really digging this one. There's so much in there to unlock, and so many great characters. Like, I unlocked Lucina, and I just, because she was my favorite character from Fire Emblem Awakening. And, you know, you have the, you know, Samus Aran, who does not get any play anymore. And Mega Man's in there. He doesn't get any play more. It's just, you know, for a person like me who grew up with these characters since I was a little kid, it's always fun just to see these characters come back, and it's just a big, you know, a big fan fest, especially if you love Nintendo characters and things like that. I know there's some people out there that don't, but yeah, I'm really enjoying my time with it. Unfortunately, I didn't get to make the game night, but there'll probably be another one, because it seems like, for the most part, everyone really enjoys this, and I need to get back into playing it and unlocking more stuff. And to go along with Smash Brothers, I also picked up some amiibos. Didn't go super crazy. I didn't get the entire set, but I did pick up Samus because she is one of my favorite characters. Just Nintendo, period. She's just a badass. So I had to get that. I got Mario. Got Fox McCloud there. Of course, I had to get Link. And I got Marth. And I think for right now, that's enough. I also picked up the Wii Fit Trainer because SNES Mapper was looking for it. And I was like, dude, there's like a ton of them here. Apparently this is a rare one. Who knows? It seems like every figure that people say is rare, it's like there's a ton of them somewhere else. So I think it's just a distribution problem. But I picked it up because I was going to send it to him. And then I was like, well, if he doesn't want it, maybe I'll take it back. And then people started talking about it being rare, so I kept it in the box. I don't think I'm going to use it, so I think I will keep it in the box and just see how it plays out. And then if they're probably not going to be any rares out there. I did pre-order Shulk off GameStop's website, so it'll probably be interesting. Like, everyone who pre-ordered it will get one, and then there'll be no more, so the price will skyrocket. And then all of a sudden GameStop will be like, hey, look at all these Shulks we found. Let's just put them out in the store and sell them for $80. So that's probably what's going to happen again with Xenoblade. But yeah, I really like these amiibos. Some people was giving them crap because the promo ones look a lot better than the actual like production models. But when you mass produce something like that, you're not going to get those super fine details of the promo ones. But I mean, just looking at it, like, the paint jobs are solid. There's really no bleeding. I'm really happy. The swords with the characters with the swords, they feel like they're going to warp after a little bit of time. But I mean, for a $13 figure like this, I mean, you really can't beat it. The cartoony characters like Mario and Fox, they do look a lot better than, we'll say, Marth. Like, I showed Marth on the on Facebook to Mike, and he was just like, he just looked at the face of Marth and was like, I'm done with that. No, I don't want that. So, I mean, they are what they are, but I enjoy collecting them. I don't know if I'll actually really use them or just have them as like displays around the game room, but the last thing I picked up game-wise, and I haven't even opened it yet because I'm still working on Tales of Hearts, and I don't want to start another big RPG while I got one already going, and that is Persona Q Shadow of the Labyrinth. This is the Wildcard edition, and I really want to get to this before the year's end because I do think that this will be a strong contender. Maybe not Game of the Year, but I do think this will be really up there. I love Persona 4. I haven't played Persona 3 yet. And I love Etrian Odyssey. And you're mixing those two things together. I mean, what's not to love about this? And I really want to get to it. I just don't know if I'm going to have enough time before year end. So, maybe I will hold off on my 2014 Game of the Year video to actually fit this in. But I can't think of anything that's coming out in December that I actually really want. So, who knows? That is it for the games. Now we're getting into the DVDs and the books, and I'll try to go through these quick because, I mean, they're just movies. I don't really need to talk about them too much. A blast from my past that I really wanted to watch again was Heavyweights. I remember watching this as a kid and just thinking it was hilarious, and it was on Amazon for $5. So I was like, all right, that's a good price to rewatch the film. And actually, I'm really surprised at the special features on this. They actually did a good job of having real special features for a film like this, because usually they just slap it on a disc and put it out. And I guess I never really paid attention that Judd Apatow was the writer for this, so it really kind of makes a lot more sense why this feels like a much more, I don't want to say adult Disney movie, but compared to like a lot of the kids' movies at that time, it does feel a little bit darker in certain places, and especially with Ben Stiller's character, his like insanity, it does go to some dark places every now and then. Picked up Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and this is without a doubt one of the best films of this year. I loved Rise of the Planet of the Apes, but this one blows it completely out of the water. I'm so happy that Matt Reeves got the director's chair because he just nailed what I wanted from this film, and he's directing the next one too. So I'm really looking forward to War of the Planet of the Apes, which is apparently the title for the next one. But if you guys have not seen Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, you really need to go see it. I'm a fan of the Apes movies since I was a kid. So I even like the Tim Burton one, even though it just makes absolutely no sense. But this one is phenomenal. Picked up this because it was, I think it was recently released, and it's the only one of this director's films that I think I'm missing. I might be missing some of his earlier, I'm missing a lot of his Italian stuff, but I think as far as the spaghetti westerns go, there we go. My throat started to dry up. Duck You Sucker, aka A Fistful of Dynamite. This is kind of it's kind of the second unofficial trilogy. He did, Sergio Leone did the Man with No Name trilogy, and A Fistful of Dollars, A Few Dollars More, and then The Good, Bad, and the Ugly. And then he followed it up with Once Upon a Time in the West, and then A Fistful of Dynamite, or Duck You Sucker, and then Once Upon a Time in America. And it's kind of a unofficial trilogy about the different stages of American life, I guess. But this one, I've never seen this, and I still haven't watched it because I've just been too busy. And I actually kind of forgot I had it because it was sitting in here on the pile and not on the Blu-ray shelf. But I need to sit down and watch this because I love Sergio Leone films. They're long, they're epic, they just, I don't know, there's just a feeling when you're watching a Sergio Leone movie. And this is one that I have not seen, and I really need to see it, even though it's kind of considered not as good as all of the other films. This is kind of supposedly the weakest one, but really looking forward to watching it. Of course, I picked up Season 4 of Adventure Time. What is there to say? It's Adventure Time. I love how the stories are getting more interconnected in this season because I don't have cable, and I haven't had cable for a while, so I can't really watch it as it airs. So when they released the Blu-rays, I just kind of sit down and binge on the entire season. And I really like what they're doing with this season because the first two seasons feel very episodic, but now it's getting a little bit more serialized. And I really think that's the way to go with this crazy series. But definitely I had to get this because I love Adventure Time. Finally, they released the physical copy of this, and of course I had to get it, and that's David Lynch's Eraserhead. And it's been a long time since I've seen Eraserhead, and I'd actually forgotten a few of the more minor scenes, but it doesn't seem as creepy anymore as it was when I watched it, however many years ago I watched it. It feels, it's weird how it almost feels like a more hopeful film now, and that's a strange thing to say about Eraserhead. Like, this film is bleak, but if you watch it in a certain mindset, you can kind of see how this could be a little bit more hopeful, I guess. If you don't look at it as him actually killing his child, but killing the fear of the, I don't know, it's hard to describe, the thought behind it, but, and everyone has a different interpretation of the film, but I love the Criterion Collection, and they released this digitally, and then it was like, there was no physical copy of it for a long time, and then finally they did, and then I kind of just, I waited, and then finally I just said, screw it, I'm getting it, and I got it, and definitely a good purchase. I love David Lynch. And then I got the Turkey Day collection of Mystery Science Theater 3000. This is volume 31. 30 is somewhere in the mail. It'll probably come today. But it also comes with a tin box like a lot of the collections do. And it also comes with, because I ordered it a certain day, comes with a free set of coasters that, of course, I will never use because I do not want them to be ruined. But I don't think I've seen any of the episodes. I've not seen any of the episodes on this box set. So this is going to be 4 hour, or well, not 4 hours. Each episode's an hour and a half. Do the math. 4 episodes of Mystery Science Theater 3000 that I've never seen before, and that is fantastic. I will continue to buy these as long as they make it because it's one of the greatest shows ever made. On the book front, I've been rewatching Mad Men because the season finale, or not the season, the series finale is coming up in spring. So I've been kind of slowly reworking through the series. So by the time that they, put the episodes back out, I'll be, completely re-caught up and refreshed. And I got to the season 2, which uses this book quite a bit as sort of a plot point, and that is Meditations in an Emergency by Frank O'Hara. And I've been in a real poetry mood for some reason, and there's some of these in here. Some of them I don't really care for, but there's a couple in here that really I just had to like reread over and over again because they're just so damn good. And I'm definitely going to be looking more into Frank O'Hara's work, but it's funny how TV shows and other media introduce you to new things, and that, kind of expands your horizons in some other ways. Because I'd never heard of Frank O'Hara before, so. And then finally for the books, for my birthday, I got a hardcover copy of The Slow Regard of Silent Things, and this was part of a not Kickstarter. I can't remember what the site was, but it has been autographed by Patrick Rothfuss. And this is kind of a little novella in the Kingkiller Chronicles series, which we're still waiting on book 3. But it takes one of the small but memorable characters of the books, which is Name of the Wind and The Wise Man's Fear, and sort of tells a little story about her. It doesn't really tie in to the overall narrative of the story, but it is supposed it is supposed to be really good, and I'm actually really looking forward to sitting down and reading all of it. It's only like 160 or so pages, so I kind of want to sit down on a day that I have completely off and nothing to do and just plow through the entire book in one sitting. I think that's the way to do it. So if you haven't checked this out yet, I'd say definitely read Name of the Wind, because I think it's one of the best fantasy books ever written. And then finally for music, I picked up some digital music here, and let me just pull up my music on my phone, because I've been getting a lot more into just buying off iTunes. It's just easy, and it kind of sucks, but 100 Waters, I went and saw Interpol live, and the opening act was 100 Waters, and you guys have not checked out 100 Waters yet. I really dig them. They have a very electronic mixed with like folky type instruments, and then the singer is just amazing. Her voice is just fantastic. So if you haven't checked out 100 Waters, definitely check them out. And what else? I picked up, for pre-ordering 2 albums, I got the Decemberists' Make You Better song, which is fantastic. And then I pre-ordered the new Marilyn Manson as well, and got third day of a 7-day binge, and it's good. It really makes me excited for the album, but it didn't blow me away. Plus Minus, I just got back into Plus Minus here recently, and I picked up Jumping the Tracks and X's on Your Eyes. Guys, if you haven't listened to Plus Minus, if you like the Postal Service and that kind of electronic type stuff, definitely check them out, because I think you would like the Plus Minus if you like that style of music. I'm trying to hurry because I know this video is getting long. While I pre-ordered the new Decemberist album, I also picked up 2 of Colin Meloy's Sings album, and this is the Kinks and Sam Cooke. And I knew the Kinks would be a good fit for Colin Meloy, but I was really interested in the Sam Cooke one, and I gotta tell you, this is amazing. Like, I would never think like Colin Meloy singing Sam Cooke songs would be that great, but man, there's just something about it. Maybe it's the dichotomy between the two. It just works for some reason, and I really enjoyed it. And then finally, I picked up the new Pornographers' Brill Bruisers album, and really dig this album. If you haven't heard the new Pornographers, they've been around for so long, and I love when I talk to people about them, because the name always raises some eyebrows in this area. But Champions of Red Wine might be my favorite song on the album. I'd really have to think about that. But I remember I put the album on the old hi-fi out there, and it just came on as the second song, and it was just so unexpected because it's more like of an electronic type thing, and I don't know, it's so good. Really enjoyed this album. So anyway, that is it for October, November, and a little bit of December on the pickups videos. I don't know when I'll do the next one again because I'm kind of keeping these on an as-needed basis because when you do it monthly, you kind of trick yourself into thinking like you need to pick up more stuff for a monthly pickup video, and it kind of got me into like a bad space of just buying things just to buy them. I mean, I wanted them, but you know, space is getting limited, and I gotta start really, you know, being concerned with how the collection is going. So anyway, that is it. I'm going to get busy and put all this stuff on the shelf. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for all the support. You guys out there who have, you know, gave that, you know who you are. And the channel will continue. I'm not leaving YouTube, but definitely for a while things might be a little slow. So anyway, that is it. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. I'll see you next time.